Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of Analytics Are For the Nerds. You can see I am not Ellie. She is on a paddle boat race, sailboat. What kind of boat does she do? I don't know. She said she was starting a boat race. I think sailboat. That's what she says every week on this podcast, so I should listen. And she started at 6:15. Where are they? How long are they racing? Where are they racing? I don't know. We have all these questions for her. She can't make it here today. But me and Ryan are here. We're going to draft a BBM, which we, every time Ellie doesn't show up, we're like, oh, this sucks. We're going to miss Ellie. But then we're like, BBM, huh? That's always the text right after. So we'll draft. Hopefully you guys come and join us. This is Analytics for Nerds. Let's go.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Once again, gentlemen, I'm sorry about losing your boner. So sorry.
Very clear 101 in this biggest foot in the mouth draft. And the 101, it's very clearly Rex Ryan, because that guy has definitely put some feet in the mouth. 100%. Guy loves feet, his white feet.
Big feet.
Lots of feet in
Little
the mouth,
feet.
I'm sure.
So many feet.
I got to tell you, you know this about me. You've been around for 20 years. You know I'm like 15 years late to a trend, but I'm also like 10 years before the next trend. I could rock out a visor, I think. I could rock it every day, and not for a long time, because eventually that trend will spill again. But I think tomorrow I can go out and people are like, he's rocking it. He's doing it right. He's doing it.
Hair and the double mustache and that is fucking gross. So welcome.
I do want to be clear, though, that I have earned one, and Lou is depressed. There's a big difference. Lou is still trying to convince 16-year-olds he's cool, and they keep telling him they don't want weed from him. They can get it from anywhere.
What is going on, everybody? What's going on, Ryan? How are you tonight?
I'm great. I came up with an idea for the greatest dynasty startup draft ever created, and I was very excited to pitch it to my friend and co-host Louis G, who is a dynasty football fanatic, self-proclaimed. And he's not interested.
Try to read
too many dynasty league. I'm trying to. Who says that? Who says that?
Don't even try to read the details of this league, because it was one of those texts that you get that you're like, I'm not reading this. You said it very, very, when I finally got around, I told you I'm not reading this right now. I'll get back to it. And to my word, I got back to it. I did I needed time to read that novel. I got to it. Very, very well thought out. Very, very great idea. It involved golf. And I went golfing 9 holes today at Delaware Park. I do not want to tell you even remotely how bad it was. And I cannot be in, I should not do any more dynasty leagues. We all know that. And that would have been maybe a no, but I'm always, like you said, you're my co-host, you're my friend. I would have maybe got there. But then when the golf thing happened, I had to check out. Great idea though.
Listeners of this show may remember when a friend of the show, Mike Leone, was on. We talked about going golfing, and you put up a little bit of a stink about not getting an invite to the old golf outing. So come on, you can't have it both ways. I understand, but essentially the idea is to combine your golf game with the draft order. Not necessarily the order itself, but kind of the power of position, getting to pick your spot. So very complicated and in-depth. If anyone's interested in those rules, send me a message on Twitter or something.
If I was anywhere near, if I got closer to interest, I do think I had a follow-up question, and I'll ask you that. So you the original draft order, I get what you're doing through the golf thing, whatever. There's a long story short, but you got to pick where you drafted based off of how you did in golf. Now, but it sounded like you were doing that every year. How are you doing? Like, so you're going to do that for the rookie draft?
Yeah. So essentially how it works is it's a tiered system based on inverse order of standing. So the worst team has the most points going into the golf, but doesn't mean you're guaranteed the spot, which I think it makes it so much fun. Like imagine having like a 15-footer on 18 just to keep the first overall pick. And if you miss, if you 3-putt, it's you go down to 102. I mean, it's so much drama. I can't wait for something like that.
I love the idea. If it was darts, maybe I'd be in. Softball, I think maybe I could have been in, but golf is not going to be. So we are going to draft a BBM. We won't do everything and nothing. I know sometimes I like to do everything and nothing when Allie's not here. I didn't have time to prep any of that. But I do have a lot to talk about as we're drafting. Including I'm having like just a fucking day, a fucking week, and I currently having a meltdown in one of my league's group chats because of a trade thing that I'll share with you here. I'm going to probably I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by it right now because it's still going on. But I need your advice on that. We'll lead in with that. But let's right now. I'm gonna go to share this. So share screen. So you guys can come in and join. I'm going to hit enter here now. If you want to draft with us, go ahead, enter. Hopefully it works out. Okay. Oh, this is happening again. Bell. Oh, my God.
There we go.
In. All right. Sorry. All right. No, I don't need it. Okay, so we're in a bunch of spots left. If you want to jump in here, do it quickly, but there are still 9 spots left. So let me, as we're waiting for this to fill, let me tell you what's going on in this league. So in this league, there is trades are automatically go through, but as soon as they're accepted, does not need commissioner approval. Although most of this guy's leagues do. This one doesn't, but you do have to be roster compliant. So I sent a counter to a guy who obviously was sending a lot of spams out. And he said in the chat, hey, Lou, I accept this deal, but you have to drop 2 players. In the meantime of me going to read that, probably took me like 5 minutes to see that message. And then I spent a few minutes deciding which players I did. Another player accepted one of his first spam offers, dropped the players, and the deal went through. Mm-hmm. The dude accepted the fucking deal. It said it clear as can be in the chat. The other guy probably saw that and was like, oh, shit, let me go see, blah, 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 and dropped his players and accepted it. 0 chance that should not be walked back, correct?
I wouldn't say 0 chance. I think it's one of those – I still think it's a tough call. So, yes, you're right. I mean, there's an acceptance of an offer. You guys discuss the terms, and then you're actually going to execute on the consideration, right? You're cutting your players so you can be roster compliant to make it possible. Now, technically, right, what is a trade? A trade is always executed on the website. So this gets into that hairy, situation where there's certain guys that I've had conversations with, through text messages, on trades. And I will no longer do that because I can't trust a guy to say like, he'll offer something and I'll be like, yeah, I'll do that. And then he'll be like, well, let me think about that for a minute and then I'll get back to you. Like, I know it's different here. But
yeah, it is different in the sense of like they legitimately, draft is starting. We are just sorry to cut you off. We always kind of get lucky. 9 spot. And I don't mean to cut you off, sorry, but just here it literally says gives the commissioner a message, even though I wasn't roster compliant at the time, that he did hit accept at that time. So, even the commissioner can see it. Now, what happened in this other deal, or the guy would have, I think both guys would have easily just said, no, Louis had it first, but in the other deal, he got an extra piece. So, of course, he doesn't want to back out of it, this and that. But as we're sitting here fighting 10 minutes in, he did just put a message. They're walking it back, and I am going to get the trade through. Now, the trade is pretty interesting. Now, this is one of these two tight end leagues. For me, Bowers.
Don't tell me which side. I want to just judge.
Yeah, sure. I could still say this and not give it away. For me, Bowers is the clear 1-1 in those leagues. I in any startup, I think he's the most important asset to get in those leagues. Superflex, start 2 tight ends, tight end premium 1.75, whatever. So one side was Bowers, the other side was Jaden Daniels, 227 first, Keon Coleman, and Elijah Arroyo.
Oh man, dude, it's a smash for me on the Bauer side.
I took the other side. I took the Daniels package.
Wow.
And I love Bowers. I had Bowers, but to me, that's technically.
But you're not ever going to replace him.
You're never going to replace that high of an asset. Daniels is still top 3-4 quarterback, whatever. I'm not huge on him. He could even be 5 here. We're up at 1.9 in a second here. I'm good with Jefferson, Cook, Genty.
You don't want Amon-Ra there?
No.
All right, then do Genty.
Any of those 3. Genty. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I so just quickly on that. I sometimes like taking Jefferson there too to get the the high end, but then I've found more often than not lately Genty is not falling. He was falling back in like April to maybe like pick 15. He doesn't do that anymore. So I just like getting him and saying I'll figure out the rest after that.
Yeah. And I don't mind starting running back, which usually happens here, but I like Hampton and Walker coming up.
I'm Walker over Hampton, but I really love going all the way to Love here. I just love that kind of unique start. And it's ridiculous, in my opinion, that we're getting as much of a discount on Jeremiah Love because of offense concerns. Like, there's never been a top 5 running back in history that's been a 2-3 turn guy. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I would be Walker over. I don't hate Love.
Let's do Love, and then you get the next 2 picks to decide. Now you get the tiebreakers on the next 2.
All right, that's fine. I don't hate it. It just he would have been.
If it doesn't work out, we'll know it's because I really blew this draft. So I'll put the hand up on that. So all right, I get the back to your trade. I think the 27 firsts are very enticing, and obviously if you get Jeremiah Smith, you get one of those top quarterbacks there too. I mean, those that could set you up, or there's a good tight end class too. So you're probably hoping you get one of those.
And I did get Stowers in this year's class, and I already had Stowers, Gadsden. Hold on, I'm gonna look that up. Hey, Hawkinson, like it wasn't the worst room already. Let's see, Hawkinson, Gadsden, Stowers. Yeah. So then I'll get back Arroyo. I mean, I still not for nothing. I think Arroyo could be, especially in this class. In this class, I would consider him in that format a late first. Like I would have him over Boston or Concepcion or anything like that. Like I think he.
Listen, if you're really trying to have a conversation about second string Seattle Seahawks who are super interesting, and I'd love to talk about Jalen Milroe too, because I know it's a pipe dream, but I mean, Sam Darnold, he kind of he was sun running last year, right? I mean, I think everything kind of went well for him. I would not be surprised if this time next year, we're talking about Jalen Milroe being the starter for the Seahawks. And what is it? June 3rd, 2026. Talk to me June 3rd, 2027. Let's have an episode.
I don't think you're crazy. I don't think that's crazy. I really don't. I'm off of Rice totally. I like ETN.
At that price off. Yeah, for sure.
I like ETN or Allen. They could be the next 2 picks, but I like both of that.
I like all right, go up again. I like Zay of the wide receivers there. If we're gonna start, because then we can sack.
No, I'm going Josh here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Josh here. Josh is fun and got our 2 running backs. I would have it without if I didn't go quarterback there, and I'm taking a lot of him. I like him a lot, but I just think he's just heads over. Like you can't even. Can you even trust Lamar as like?
I don't like taking. I'm actually having a hard time with Josh this year. At
Really?
This price in best ball. Yeah,
I think he's gonna be. I think he is just over and beyond number 1. And
He has to be though. He has to be, and he has to be money in the playoff weeks. And there's other quarterbacks with better playoff schedules.
Yeah. I don't hate that idea.
That's kind of the
Burden,
key. The name
Burden
of the game.
or Ibuka.
Burden over Ibuka for me.
Yeah, I like them both
I'm
though.
sipping the Kool-Aid right now.
But that's
Burden.
it, right? Those are the 2 here. Oh, I'm
well,
still at Ibuka.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. There's another deal I want to talk about that I almost did the other day. Let me see if I think I said it. So same format. Not that there's any tight ends involved with this, but it's still kind of important because I think 1-1 can be in that format. I think 1-1 could be Love or Sadiq, but I know you're not big on Sadiq. But anyways, I factored it in as Love here, the 1-1. But I won't even tell you what side I'm on. One side is Dak, Achane, Ibuka, and 210, and the other side is Burrow and 1-1 Love or Sadiq. But
my opinion is a smash to the Burrow side.
Yeah, I I bailed on it only. It's so funny. I tried to pull back the 210. I was the other side. I tried to pull back the 210. It didn't go through. He refused it. I think I probably will resend it with the 210. I hate this class. It's just funny. The only thing I was thinking about is 210 does give you like another body to replace Ibuka because that's where all those kind of mid.
So wait a second. This is again. I know it's one of those tight end premium leagues. So you would definitely be going Sadiq with 1-1 there.
I think on this team specifically because of how the roster is, I would have gone Love. But but 9 out of 10 times I'm going Sadiq over Love in those formats.
Right, I get
Sadiq.
it.
Sadiq is a top 10 guy in that format to me. Like literally top 10 in the league, not top 10.
Yeah, but there are too many questions for me about him.
I get it. Listen. I've loved him from the get-go, and I will say this is like I don't know if I could have named a least favorite spot like out of the league.
Yeah.
I'm really trying not to let that kill my buzz on him, but for sure. Sorry, let's start getting some names here. DJ Moore's got to be it, right? Waddle, I like. I hate Bucky Irving this year. I think you're on board with me on that, right?
Yeah, we gotta. We really are. We're going to be out of getting Rams now. We missed out of getting Rams for some week 17 correlation on the Ibuka stuff. Let me see.
I like Tyson, Tootin, Tate. I mean, this has got to be more if he falls to us. Yep, there he goes. I like the 2 wide receivers. I like Tootin a lot.
Tate, I'd go Tate for sure here. I think he's going to be really good. And then Tootin if he makes it. But yeah, we need another wide receiver there.
Yeah,
I'm starting to like Marvin Harrison Jr. a little bit more too. I'm starting to pull him up a little bit. But yeah, Watson over Dunze for me. But I also have been.
Is your dude? Because I was the biggest Dunzai guy in the world last year. Are you thinking of that just because we both are really high on Burden? Like, I don't think it has to be a Dunzai falls because we love Burden. I think they both can eat pretty large. And
they could.
I don't want to avoid a Dunzai as much as I feel like I am. And I feel like I'm doing it because of Burden love.
True.
And I don't think that's the right reason to do it.
I think he's fine. I will prefer to take him in more of a best ball situation, I think, because let me see. Okay. Tyson, I think, is a pretty easy pick.
Yeah. I like Tyson a lot.
Especially, I mean,
we have such a young team, but I like it.
Throw in the queue for a later round. I mean, for our tight end, then I really want to target Pitts at or around ADP. I mean, New Orleans, Atlanta is week 17. Obviously Dome game could be a shootout. So
yeah, no, that's good.
Not to mention too, Raiders, Cardinals.
Raiders,
Cardinals. Both pieces of that.
Yep.
Everyone's favorite game to stack, Raiders, Cardinals.
I mean, it could be. I hate this. This is like a spot that I really hate. Like, this is such a dead spot for me. I mean, this is ahead, but out of this,
I pull guys up here. I pull up Reed.
Yeah, Reed, I can pull up for sure.
Yeah, I pull up Reed over Kraft. I pull up
Addison. I love Dowdle. Addison, I don't. Addison, I don't love. I think Jennings is going to kind of be a ball player there.
Ooh, here's a temp I need to take on you. What's been your opinion of QJ lately? I've been starting to take him more with some of the buzz, and I know it's hard because he's kind of disappointed and kind of impressed in a weird way, but I think he's got potential in that offense, and obviously there's really nobody other than McConkey as far as receivers go. I mean, I know Trey Harris, but I'm interested.
I don't know if you saw this. They did become the favorite to land Tyreek Hill. Not that he might just be washed. I'm not saying that he's not, but they did become the favorite for that. And I don't know. I mean, that's a guy we can talk about here at some point, but like, I'm clicking on him all day in round 17 and 18. Like, he just keeps falling to it because he's not. That's just free money for me. I don't think he's wash, and I'm almost definitively think I'm more concerned about him just deciding not to play than he is washed. That's a little bit more nerve-wracking to me, but I think if he plays, he's better than a 17th or 18th round pick. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I like Alec Pierce here a little bit. He keeps falling. I don't understand why.
I'd prefer Reed.
All right. Fuck. I think Reed falls if we took Kraft, and that would be a fun backup quarterback. But
I
like Kraft a lot.
I think he still might fall.
He could, and I don't hate that. I'm going to give you Reed, but if Dowdle's there, and no, I don't even hate the Godwin thing. Maybe do Baker later with both Tampa guys.
Yeah, I've not been taking Godwin, but
I have not taken him at all. But it's a little intriguing, maybe with the Tampa stack. Yeah. And Otten's a cheap guy later too. That can really get fun with Mayfield as a backup, because to your point, Josh has been number one quarterback, every year, but he has not hit in the championship weeks. And, maybe that would be fun to have like
please take down somebody.
I'm crushing him. I'm smashing him.
This is your last choice over me then of something, because I object.
You just took Jaden Reed. No,
but I gave you all right.
I got you two, me too. You Reed, me Dowdle.
All right.
So we're even. But you're the next one. You're the next one.
Terrible pick.
Such a great pick. I cannot wait to fucking, because we've had a lot of that discourse. I cannot wait to play the clips on Dowdle. I mean, most of the times I've done this, the Dunzays, whatever. Hey, you did it Buka last year. But
the clips are going to be just a cloud of dust and him running into a wall of like 3-yard gains over and over again.
I think you're crazy. I don't know what team you watched last year, but
dude, you watched like 4 weeks when he was, having a great run.
Dominant.
Yeah, but dude, it was so fluky. Peyton
and now he
Hillis
goes
was on
to
the
a
cover of
team that
Madden once.
now he goes to a team that legitimately does not ever have trouble running the ball. Like I think he smashes. Pittsburgh fucking always finds shitty guys that run well. Like
they didn't run the ball well last year. They just had a cheat code because Aaron Rodgers dumps it off to everyone, which is also not Dowdle's game. He's not going to be that guy. It's going to be Warren this year.
15 touchdowns.
Oh my god, dude! I'll give me a real over underline and we can bet that. That is insane. No way.
He's gonna have a monster year.
If Rico Dowdle has,
I bet you his real number is 6.5, and I'm gonna smash that over. I bet you that's the real number. I'll find it as we're talking. I'm gonna pick
more than Vegas.
What's that?
Because you know more than Vegas.
I do. That's a bad number.
Well, you were talking about Alec Pierce, and we could maybe still get his the true wide receiver one in Indy, Josh Downs.
I don't think he falls that long though. We're still 8 picks away, but I like him a lot. I've picked him a lot. I'm not anywhere close to wanting a quarterback yet. Pitts. What's your? Here's Michael Pittman. I mean, I haven't had any of him, but I mean, I've always liked the player, and I'm wondering if I'm giving him like the Pittsburgh discount there, or
I think you're seeing everything through black and yellow colored.
No,
here.
No, I said I don't have any of them. I'm asking. I've just always liked Pittman.
Yeah, I think he's a great pick at this price. More so than Metcalf. I'd much prefer Pittman over Metcalf at their ADPs. Because I'm not guaranteed. Look. Mixed results last year with Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf, right? I mean, their games didn't really mesh that well together, in my opinion. So they had a couple games, they had a couple stretches where it was looking good, but I'm going to bet that maybe Pittman comes in and just is kind of a target hog.
I like Gainwell. I don't need him here. I like Golden.
I like Brooks too a lot.
I like Brooks.
The hype is really starting to build on him, and I think Gainwell makes the most sense. Though we have a Tampa.
I'm glad that you like him. I'm glad you like him. I like him too.
Yeah,
and honestly, that makes me feel good about maybe Baker later as being that backup.
Yes,
and then we only need 2, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Not
could
do by either.
We could do Love if he falls here. 5 picks away.
I prefer honestly. I prefer Love over Mayfield.
Really?
Yeah. The only reason I guess I would take Mayfield here is
not here. Not. Oh, I guess you have to, right? Yeah, you have to take Mayfield here.
No, there goes Love goes anyways.
Yeah. I kind of like Mayfield here and just get it done.
I'm going to tell you right now that if we don't take him, I don't think anyone else is.
Oh, that's a lie. He won't fall that many picks. He's not going to fall.
If Pittman's there, I'd rather take Pittman, but that's your call.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, he already went. All right.
Make it easy. He just went. I think this is easy. I don't love anybody here, so I think it's easy.
I like Wandell, maybe with the double stack with.
I do. I don't hate Wandell. And then we could have went Ward later. I didn't hate that idea. Yeah. We got a little spent on time there. I don't hate that idea. That wasn't. I would have probably pivoted off for you there.
Well, we do need to find some Carolina pieces for some bringbacks if we're going to hope on that Tennessee game. We could always bet on.
We only have one Tennessee guy, right?
Yeah, I kind of like building out that game though. Is that weird? I mean,
no, it will. I don't think it will be a really.
Bryce Young has had some absurd games, late in the season. I still think he's going to be the starter as long as he's healthy. There's nobody behind him. So Jaden Higgins also I really like with the bring back and with Green Bay there. And he's been generating some buzz lately. Rashad White and in Washington.
I love Rashad White.
Yeah, I'm putting the chip on him over JCM. I think if if JCM were going to really be the guy, we would have started to see more of those signs last year. And I know everyone's looking at, some particular analytic that makes him look like a darling, but I'm not a believer in him.
I like Katron Allen, to be honest.
Sure, whoever, plug your guy in for 1 year until they draft somebody next year. But
Yep. But Rashad White's gone. I mean, I know you hate him, but Kincaid's got to be the pick if he's
no,
there.
he does not ever have to be the pick ever. But yes, I mean, I know we have.
I'll tell you this. You're right. He doesn't have to be the pick. And honestly, Josh is a guy you can go naked with. I don't hate that.
We'd be pulling him too far up here, in my opinion. Oh, maybe not. He's right around ADP. So
yeah. Oh yeah. No, he'd be right there. But my thing here with it is like him being right next to he's better than Shakir for me, especially in a position we don't have.
I don't even need to pick Shakir at all.
Right. I'm kind of with you on that.
Can you queue up? Thank you, because that's the easy pick over Kincaid, in my opinion, is Concepcion if he falls. Oh man, all right. I also would pick Kittle over Kincaid. I mean, that's just straight up better player.
It's just value,
and it's a value. Yeah, dude. Dude, we have to. We can't take.
No, you have to
put those.
I still am going to double him though if he falls here. If Kincaid falls here, there he goes.
Thank God. Thank you, Case K Park,
for
saving us from ourselves.
I don't love that.
Oh, there's our boy Travis.
No, I let you do it once to me. Not letting you do it again. Get out of here with that crap. Kittle's injury scare you to the point where you got to get 3? I think you got to get 3 with Kittle. I really do, because he's at least not going to play I don't think he's going to play early, but maybe I'm wrong.
Why don't you grab Ward here? Do you want to get a third quarterback with the stack?
No. Can't do a third quarterback with Josh. It's like against my religion. I do not hate the third.
Taking Rico Dowdle is squarely within your.
Yes. I like Likely a little bit.
Keaton Mitchell, baby. You'd be in for that.
Okay. Yep. I'm always
Let's go wheels up. Listen.
That's it for running back, right?
Did you see the report today about Kamani Vidal that supposedly there's potential that he might be dealt? There's just some buzz that I don't know. Keaton Mitchell might be. You have been saying this. I know, but I'm more on board with that idea. Even in these like little package type roles, like even if he only has a small package of plays in this format, that's perfect. Give me 3 weeks where I'm using your score. I'm happy in the 12th. Well, I guess it is a 12th round. You better do more than 3 weeks, I guess.
Yep. I am done with running back and quarterback. So I just took these 2 positions gone. I like Antonio Williams a lot. Like, who's going to catch the ball there? They might be the Ayiuk team, but did you see the Ayiuk news today?
Ayiuk might not play football.
I don't think he's playing football, right?
That was out of his mind. Yeah, he's not focused on it anymore. He's just kind of done. So yeah, I'm thinking he's done.
I think so too.
So I've stopped taking him basically altogether.
He could be a Tyreek. That could be a Tyreek Hill team, maybe. I don't see a Debo reunion the way that went.
You know what they say? Never wrong, just early. Who was the team I was saying they were going to trade for Tyreek last season? Remember, I was saying I was pounding the table that they needed to pair up McLaurin with Hill. I still think that'd be a great pairing.
Could be a team. Could be the team. Those are my guys here. I don't really see anybody else I like. We're still 6 picks away, but I like Naylor a lot, but I know you don't. I've mentioned him before. You don't like it. Gadsden's becoming a value here. I mean,
no, he just went.
Anything else?
Trey Tucker for me, adding him is interesting because you have Genty and just another piece in that game.
I would rather have Naylor, but okay.
No, dude. No.
Dude, Naylor's gonna have 15 more catches than Trey Tucker. I'll make that bet.
Oh my gosh. Wow. 15 more catches. We're going to be like 40 to 25.
Well, whatever. You still are trying to take the guy with 25 instead of the guy with 40. I don't
check
care.
how many
I'm these other
touches
two.
Trey Tucker had last year. He had like 80.
I'm even Jennings above Tucker. Oh God, I hope Williams goes here. I'm Jennings above Tucker. Okay, Antonio Williams. Can we do it?
Jennings.
I'm not going to fight you too much on Jennings.
It's not. I mean, I wouldn't fight you on Williams, but I think Jennings is a better pick. I think he's still undervalued. I don't get why people aren't like, oh, see, K Park is a ball knower.
He's listening, probably.
I think he is.
All right.
K Park, hit the comments, like and subscribe, do all the streamer stuff. I don't know.
Fuck, man. Otten. Do we just? Oh, we got to go 3. We have to go 3. So we got to start getting here. And I hate Hawk. Oh, I hate Schultz. I hate Barner. I don't mind Helm. Although Dable has never used a tight end in his life. I don't hate Freiermuth. I really like Freiermuth.
Yeah, I do too.
Not only do I not hate him, I really like him. You won't let me do Naylor. So, Naylor becomes a value here. But
he's not going to make the team.
Oh, you're crazy. Crazy. I would be if Antonio Williams doesn't fall, I'm going to probably say Hawk is fine if you don't want Naylor. I don't hate Stribling, but then we got 2 guys. All right, Antonio Williams. Thank you. Fucking Lord. So we're going to have to talk that out. I do think our next
I love the late tight end though. I mean, this is fun for me. I like obviously he's gaining a lot of steam right now, but Dulcich is still a easy pick. I really like Stowers, even I know it's risky. But listen, how confident are you that Dallas Goedert is going to stay healthy for a full 60 and in the fantasy playoffs? Right?
Yeah.
I think there's a really good chance that he's not healthy for that. And then who's the second option in that offense? You're telling me it's going to be Dontavian Wicks at that time? No way. So I'm all about Stowers right now because he's got a lot of contingent upside and even some, standalone value because he plays basically the slot wide receiver role for them. He's not a tight end. He's not an inline guy.
Yep.
I know you know this because that's why you've taken him a lot in Dynasty and especially in tight end premium because he's probably the guy for that. That's his mold.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love Stowers as a Dynasty guy. I just don't know if I believe in him too much here this year. Thoughts on as we get up to our pick, and are you good with just doing 2 tight ends here? Just get out of the way. I like a lot of late wide receivers anyways, and I want to make sure we get 3. Ted Hurst.
That's the one that stands out.
Ted Hurst does make,
and honestly, too, if we're gonna throw another piece on a correlated team with Trey Harris, I don't know if you have any interest in him or
Branch. We talked about Atlanta.
Yep,
I like him a lot. All right.
Yeah, that's.
I still want to do. The 2 tight ends, but if Hurst is there, I might be okay with that. Hurst is definitely going to be there because, he's. I think I'm Helm then Hurst.
What about Debo? Oh, I was going to say, what if Debo ends up on the Bills? That's not like completely.
No, that's not crazy. No, that's not crazy. I think I want to get. Is it Helm or Otten for you?
Or
Freiermuth? Helm for me too. I think Otten we have Tampa though. That's all.
It is, but I'm kind of set on like floor guys. I want more,
Sure. No, that's
here.
Good. That's good. I would love Helm, and then I would avoid tight end if we could get Hurst. But
what's our tight end buy right now, currently?
Oh, that's good question. 8.
8, so, perfect. All right,
Let's get Helm. I'm good with Hurst if he falls here.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, I'm good with any of those tight ends. Really, I think I'm Otten over Freiermuth only because of the stack, but I like Freiermuth a lot, and I'm just a little hesitant to go Stowers with those 2 on the board. I think Freiermuth could really smash. I agree with you on Otten might be a floor play. With the stack, though, it becomes a little bit more of a ceiling play. But I I'm fine with Freiermuth if you wanted to do that. But let's just hope for Hurst here. I mean, next 3 guys have 7 wide receivers.
Yeah, we should be able to get it. I also don't even mind. We have some pretty strong receivers. So the idea of even just going 6-4, just doing 4 tight end with, some question marks and then throw a dart on one of those last 3. Don't hate that idea either if you want to just skip Hurst.
No, I would say 7-4 is a possibility. Though.
Okay.
Because we only have 2 quarterbacks, so we could do.
Yep. I'm fine just sticking if we can. If we get.
I really like the idea of Branch. So if we got Branch to fall here, I think I'd want him over.
But wouldn't we kind of want a New Orleans side of that potentially? Like get Bryce Lance queued up for super late?
We already have Tyson.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't have the Atlanta part.
That's right.
We need the Atlanta part.
Good point. All right. Yeah, I like this. It's an interesting, it's not as.
It's a good build. Yeah, let me just go through it really quick here. We're just ending the 16th round. Quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield. Running backs, Genty, Love, Dowdle, Gainwell, Mitchell. I really love that running back room because you do have the youth, and then you got the 2 guys that whatever you want to say about Dowdle, him and Gainwell are going to fucking eat up things. And then Mitchell's this
he's a wild card upside.
He's a wild card, but so much upside. Wide receiver, we went young here. Egbuka, Tate, Tyson, Reed, but then Jennings, Antonio Williams, Ted Hurst, man. That's a young room. And we got Zachariah Branch queued up. Kittle and Helm at tight end. We will probably want to do 1-1 here.
Can we queue up
Skylar
Bell?
Keon over him all day.
Oh my God, with Keon
all day.
Why are we doing this?
They are going to fucking prove them. They want to prove themselves right so badly.
Even though they already said that it was a Sean McDermott, they want to prove Sean McDermott right.
No, that's the thing. They've switched the whole thing since then, and they want to friggin' come and show that you
are buying the hook, line, and sinker. You're 100% gotcha because this is what they're trying to tell teams. So they go out and make a trade for him for a 5th round pick.
No, they are going to feed
additional
him
6
the ball.
that turns.
I'm not saying it's going to work. They are going to try their hardest to make that work.
Stowers.
Yep.
And then please, can we take Bell? Can I flip a coin?
I am not taking Bell over Coleman. If you want to talk about somebody else as a wide receiver or a tight end, I don't want Ferguson. I like Fields.
No, not anymore. They're adding too much to that room.
Tyreek, I like.
Coleman.
I will not take Coleman for you. I'm not taking Bell.
I want Bell though. That's the only guy I want.
Fine. I hate it. He's so bad.
Let me tell you how many.
He's not going to be good this year.
I have to him.
He's not going to be good this year at all. 20 catches. They're going to feed the ball.
32%.
I'm saying it multiple times. So when I go back and look at this for this clip to prove it right, I said it a million times so I could find it because
what's funny is that it's going to work out that I'm going to be right. And then we're never going to see or hear from this clip again because you're just like, fuck. And then it's going to be buried into the abyss of the
I hope you're right about Skylar Bell. I don't see it this year. And a part of the reason why I don't see it is my really strong feelings on the fact that they are going to fucking force Keon the ball. Like I said, I'm not sitting here saying Keon's good. I'm not sitting here saying that they're going to, Lou likes Mayfield because he dances for sure. That is the biggest reason why I like him. But 100%. I just think they're going to force it to Coleman. And then if it doesn't work, they might get away from it quickly. To your point,
I think there's a better chance that Keon Coleman does not play another snap for the Bills, but I'm not counting preseason. I'm talking regular season. That he doesn't play a single regular season snap for the Bills, than it is that he outscores Skylar Bell. I honestly think that, and I know it's early, but I just expect them to just kind of move on from that idea with Keon. They tried it last year and the year before. He's not it. It's not working. It's time to try something else. So I think hopefully we'll see. I mean, for the sake of this team, it would be great.
I'm his biggest hater, and like I said, I don't think he's a good football player. I will say Stevie Johnson could convince me to do a lot of things. I mean, he puts out some videos and I know it's just and Kyle and Turner and I have talked about this. It's like, I know it's just video against air, but even like some of the guys that watch this tape a lot and we're like, I mean, those aren't routes that he was running against air last year or whatever. So like, I don't know if to working with anybody, maybe Stevie gets him in check. I just think there's an arrogance with Brady and Bean that specifically, I know that Pagula threw McDermott on the bus, and then when they had to like pull that back, I think they want to be like, watch this. And I don't totally disagree that it could have been some lip service for trade value. I don't see it now. And they've doubled down way too much on it. I think you're going to see like a Baltimore type of game from him week 1, and then we could just see if he could keep his head straight. But I think that
he might end up in Baltimore. I think it makes perfect sense. They need him in Baltimore.
That might happen at some point. I don't see it happening without them trying really hard to make it happen.
Them trying hard to make this happen, in my opinion, is just like the showcase thing that they did with Sammy Watkins before they traded him to the Rams. It's like, we're going to show you in a preseason game that, if you force feed him 8 targets, you can get 6 catches for 56 yards and maybe a TD. But I don't know.
If I say he no injury clause, no trade clause. If I say that he is in the top 4 for receptions for the Buffalo Bills next season, would you bet that against me?
That he's in top 4
receptions for the
catches?
Buffalo Bills. Catches. And
if
he gets traded, I lose.
He's not in there.
If he gets traded, I lose. Okay. Let's make that bet here on what this day? $50. $50
sure.
Good?
Yeah, let's do it.
$50.
Keon Coleman has to be 4th or better.
4th or better
catches.
Receptions. How did I become a Keon Coleman?
Listen,
fan?
I don't know.
I don't even know. I hated the dude. I think I had a whole rant against him on this podcast last year. Now I'm betting him.
I went from I have a Keon Coleman jersey in my closet upstairs. I called Dalton Kincaid beautiful on this podcast famously once, yes. and I hate both of them now. So yes. Don't say you can never change. No, listen. If Keon Coleman finishes top 4, in addition to paying you the $50, I'll buy a white Keon Coleman jersey because I already have a blue one. So I'll get the other color of his jersey. So I'll get 2 Coleman jerseys. That's no way is that going to happen. I'm spending that $50. I have 2 extra free BBM entries right there. Boom.
Real quick, a couple things we didn't talk about. I mean, the AJ Brown thing was kind of the worst kept secret. We kind of always knew. I've been drafting as that's been going to happen exactly the way. So it didn't really change anything for me, anything for you, or you kind of been the same.
I had like a 2% hope that somebody else was going to swoop in there, like even the Bills. I mean, who's to say an AJ Brown and DJ Moore, wide receiver room couldn't work. He was apparently on the list of teams that he was willing to go to. Yeah. Rams made a run, and apparently the knee, something with the physical kind of gave him concern. Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, I'm down on Philly, but maybe it'll work. Maybe they'll find a way to engineer their 12 wins like they always do. And on the New England side, you have to love it. Honestly, how can you not love the fact that you now have a bona fide number 1 receiver in there? I know he's not what he was 3 years ago, but he's still AJ Brown, and he's not 32. He's 28, I think. Right. So, I love the trade for the Patriots. I think it's really good to finally give some legitimacy to Drake May for some legit weapons. And it's probably going to help them significantly, both in fantasy and on the, in the win column.
I want to read this from what was it? From an article from Jeff Moser writes, Smith might be hell-bent on becoming the next great one, but if Mannion's playbook bears any resemblance to the ones from his coaching influences, the idea of one receiver commanding the majority of targets or being the sole game breaker who other defensive coordinators aim to eliminate each week should get tossed out the window. So Mannion comes from a tree that's, never used a dominant wide receiver. Who knows if that happens? But I don't know if Smith is really a true one. And honestly, I don't know if this hurts him even a little bit, because he won't have an AJ Brown on the other side. I'm not huge on him, especially with his rising ADP because of his trade. Some people obviously waited until it became official. He'll still come up a few spots here. I'm done. I'm out on him at that price.
I think if typically when you lose a good receiver, you're not going to turn to another piece of an offense and say, well, it's going to help them. But I think the sneaky winner here is actually Saquon Barkley, because if you now are losing, this passing threat and you really don't replace them, you're trying to just replace them in the aggregate, right? They got, Wicks, didn't they have Marquise Brown is there now, right? I mean, it's kind of just a collection of guys. Samaje Toure just signed there. I mean, they're just kind of putting together some random dudes over there behind Smith. So yeah, it probably is going to be an everybody eats mantra. Maybe Keon Coleman also is an everybody eats guy, could fit really nicely into a system that doesn't require you to catch a lot of footballs. So I don't know. I mean, he's fine at the price for me now, but I honestly think that they may try to feature Saquon more. And I don't know. I hate Philly though. I hate that offense. I've hated Hurts for a while. I've been off them for a while.
Not that this is fantasy related, but just quickly before we wrap up here, thoughts on the Myles Garrett trade?
Yeah, good for LA. I mean, they're smart. They're really, I still kind of disagree with the decision about the first round quarterback. I mean, Simpson really has to turn out to be your next guy, or else that kind of is a waste given what you're trying to do right now. But otherwise, I mean, it's an easy move to do it. I get how good Jared Verse is. I mean, he's excellent. He's a game wrecker already, and he's much younger, but it's Myles Garrett. It's one of the best, defensive players. He's going to go down in NFL history as maybe one of the greatest defensive linemen of all time. I mean, how do you not pay that price if you're the Bills? Well, I guess maybe you didn't even get to the table for the conversation because you don't have a piece like Jared Verse. Cleveland wasn't just looking for draft pick compensation. That's clear. They wanted like a premier blue chip player. Who would have been our guy? Rousseau. I mean, he's good, but he's not that good. And, that's the thing. Who else? We would have had to add another first on top of that, which again, I'm fine doing for that player. That's, I think, the one exception I would have made is for Myles Garrett. But you know what? Whatever. Go make it work with all the guys we brought in. Who's the guy from Miami? Chubb, and yeah, we'll be fine. Who cares?
Yeah, I to the Bills discourse, everybody is like, "Oh, Bean's not even trying," or "Why did he?" It wasn't even comparable. There's not a comparable piece. The Verse would come here and be the best player on this defense tomorrow. Like he is by as far as at least value, maybe not the best, whatever, but value. He's locked up 2 more years at $5 million a year. He's got the option year. Like that was a bigger piece than they were going to get anywhere else. The fact that they got more added on to that, I thought it was a great deal for both teams. I mean, I want to just cancel the season. Like Rams are just, I feel like they have it locked in, but you never know, one game, but I feel like they are going to cruise. And if Aaron Donald comes out of retirement, that would be insane. And he's at least flirting with that idea. Fun to talk about. I think that they are going to be obviously dominant.
Well, teams also have to, don't forget, game plan for Keon Coleman. and don't underrate that.
We will be back next week, hopefully with Allie. I have a couple articles. I got the featured article right now on Blitz Sports Media, 3 guys you should be targeting late in your rookie drafts. And then I have an article about the Bills, Joe Brady's bunch. The Bills faced 3 explosive questions heading into 2026. I have like a list of like 10. But I only mentioned 3 because can't write that long. It was too much writing. So I only named my 3 biggest concerns. Can you guess them here? We got a couple minutes. Can you guess what I said? I know you didn't read the article. Thanks, friend. But can you guess what I said were my 3 biggest
concerns for the Bills?
For the Bills. And it could be anything, not a player, not a position or player, just anything that you can think of.
I'm going to say their pass defense.
I went pretty much with the defense change in general as my first one. Just the scheme change more than the players. I'm not, they're kind of stuck in between schemes here, and they just couldn't do a full on, rebuild with it. So that was number 1.
Okay. I will say the something to do with like the offensive philosophy, with now Joe Brady, whether it's like, running or a switch to pass, like something in that realm. I don't know.
I got talked out of that last second, but that would have been my 4, and kind of in the sense of like that a little bit was going to be part of it. It was just, again, how he was going to do in big games compared to McDermott. Obviously, McDermott's biggest thing was big games. He made some really bad decisions, but just, overall offensive philosophy change. How much was that McDermott's offense type of things? But that fell for, the same thing that always comes back. What comes back to is, does Josh Allen have enough toys to, be elite? So that was like my number 2. And then the third, I don't love it. I did get talked into it after a couple glasses of wine at dinner, because I think it's a legit concern to most people. It's not my favorite thing to look at, but the tough schedule is, at least something you no one's looking at that schedule and thinking, wow, that's an easy schedule. I get that. I don't love looking at that because you just never know. Sometimes good teams are bad and bad teams are good. There's injuries, yada, yada. So I don't love looking at strength of schedule. But, man, those first 5 games, they could easily end up 1-4 and be a really good team. They could end up 1-4 and still be an AFC East division, whatever. It's just that first 5 games can be really tough. So, I'm getting a little bit back on the positive train. I know I've been very negative in the offseason about the Bills, but Vegas obviously loves them. They're still the second favorite to win the Super Bowl after the Rams. So the favorite to come out of the AFC. We'll see. Be fun.
And we're only days away from the Bills trading for Alvin Kamara, so we'll see that coming.
For Keon Coleman.
Yeah, sure. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he'd be a good. Well, then they would be knocking off my favorite Devon Vele out of the slot, but I guess Coleman. Everybody says Coleman's built for the slot. I really don't see it. I don't think so. But
it's just funny every time you mention or I mention like a different team, like the Saints or like the Ravens.
You're like,
Coleman would sound really good on that team. Like,
but so that says he's good. He might be good. No, I really don't love the player. I think he's going to get every opportunity to be good again. Hopefully, Stevie Johnson fixed him. I've said bye 3 times. For Ryan Mira, I'm Louis G. We'll be back next week. Have a wonderful night.